have gotten a early lead, and they were just unfortunate. And immediately we saw the Ghanaians through Alex Ajay trying to get his own goal. So both teams has already started well, and I expect to see more action-packed beach soccer game in today's encounter.
Well, this is the first ever meeting between the sides at the Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations, or even its full one of the Confederation of African Football, or CAF Beach Soccer Tournament, which is what it was until around a decade ago. And Nyajajo, he'll be looking to score again, but he got that horribly wrong. Dino, he scored a peach earlier in the tournament against Mauritania. And volley into the top left-hand corner from distance, one of the goals of the tournament. And he's scrapping with wise Nyamadi, a 20-year-old striker for Ghana. Dino under pressure, the 28-year-old with Nsonzo. A lot of these Mozambican players come from Nsonzo FC back at home. Just plays it into Des, another with Nsonzo. And they just taking their time here. Mozambique, early stages. As said, lots of games have come thick and fast in this tournament. As Monstro, who's come into the team today, the 24-year-old, tries his luck from distance. He scored at the last Nations Cup in 2022 in the third place playoff. At this sort of equivalent stage of the competition, yet to do so here, and it stays 0-0.
Yeah, it is, and both teams are still trying as much as possible to size themselves up. That composure is always very, very important. That calmness it's important, because in a beach soccer game, you need to be calm. You need to understand the time you need to be very, very aggressive. It is very, very important in beach soccer games.
Well, Mozambique have a free kick very central, just a couple of yards or so behind where a penalty would be taken. And instantly Smith, the 36-year-old, also with Nsonzo, who scored in every game so far, 5 in total, has an opportunity to give the Southern African side the lead in this game. Nyajajo in the Ghanaian goal was not just good offensively in the last match against Tanzania, but at the back as well. He really had a storming game. So this will be an interesting clash between two players who've been in good form in this tournament. Smith standing over it. Strikes it straight at Nyajajo. Comfortable save in the end for the Ghanaian. And still we await the first goal of the game. Nyamadi, blocked from Dino. Just the pace rising a little after a very calm and quiet opening couple of minutes or so. And Nyajajo out to Joseph Awanisi, the 25-year-old defender with Sea Sharks Beach Soccer Club. Ajay, also with Sea Sharks, the 30-year-old. And Figo, he didn't get that right. And Yamadi will just touch it back to Nyajajo, another who plays with Sea Sharks. So 3 of the Ghanaian team know each other incredibly well. And here is Nyajajo again. Striker goal from him, deflected behind for a corner by Dino.
Yeah, he did lots of that against Tanzania, and he got 2 goals and a man of the match award. He just needs to understand that there are periods where you don't even shoot. You just need to be more composed and know when and how to pass to your player even when you got that opportunity. So far so good. The game has been a 50-50 game. Both teams trying to get the goal. It is always very, very important for you to get the first goal in encounters like this, because that would motivate you more into the game.
Alexander Ajay diving in to try and break the deadlock, getting a little knock, but he's okay. He's back up. Mozambique, well, made a fair few substitutions. Here comes Nelson, the number 6. Keep your eye on him. The 28-year-old Novella. There's also one wearing number 9 for Mozambique. And Aros, 14. And they've pretty much changed most of the team. Ajay for Ghana. In the 4th minute of this game, Aros can't find a way past Awanisi. Ajay can't get it past Nelson. Very calm player, Nelson. Seems to know exactly what is happening on the pitch and where. Good football intelligence as Novella plays it into Aros. Still Aros, the 29-year-old, also with Nsonzo.
Yeah, a good thing to know how to play beach soccer. It is another thing to understand beach soccer. A player like Nelson understands beach soccer so well, and you would always see his composure. You see his calmness on the ball, and whenever his players are with the ball, he is always that person that tells them to be calm, and it has always been working for himself and his team.
Nyamadi for Ghana opens the scoring from distance. And it's taken a little while to come, but finally the first goal has been registered, and Wise Nyamadi has his fourth of the tournament, and Ghana have the lead.
The Manjate, he tried to force the ball instead of being calm, and this is the calmness and composure that I always preach about, and he lost the ball, and the Ghanaians took advantage of that, and boom, it's one goal, and this is what every team wants to do. We want to go ahead first, and so far so good. Wise Nyamadi is that goal pusher, and all he needs is just a mistake from the opponent. He's already gotten one for himself.
And here's an opportunity for Mozambique to come level as Aros Manjate, wearing 14, goes in on Nyajajo. He was suspended for the opening game, Nyamadi. He scored 3 last time around against Tanzania, and he's been one of Ghana's brighter players, and at just 20 years of age, certainly one for the future and one who might be around for a little while. He's going again here, Nyamadi, looking instantly for Ajay. They often do look for one another. And 2 forwards for Ghana. As Morera plays it out wide to Novella. Novella lets fly. Well, Novella, he's certainly played a bit, but he's never really looked that dangerous in front of goal, the number 9.
He's been doing well, but something about a beach soccer game, you need to get those goals, and if you don't get those goals, try as much as possible to get the assist. That's what makes you a beach soccer player. It doesn't have to be a position that you are a defender. We've seen Usi, that plays for Madagascar, that has gotten on the highest goal scorer score sheet. So you need to do more, add more to your game.
Usi plays for Malawi, not Madagascar.
Oh, Malawi.
A lot of teams in action. And Novella will play it into Nelson, who certainly knows where the back of the net is. Look at that, blazing it over, but he got 10 goals and was top scorer at the 2021 Beach Soccer AFCON. The number 6 for Mozambique, named the best player there as well. Nyamadi, better control there, and he could have been in for number 2. Yet to see too much of an attacking threat from Mozambique. Malate is on, and that's just fired wide from Nelson. And Nyajajo and the Ghanaian defence, the calmer at present. Ajay chesting it towards Nyamadi. Awanisi, and Nyamadi cannot pick it up, and Nelson will just come forward. He's one of the players who does do some successful dribbles in beach soccer. He doesn't seem to be so bothered by the uneven surface as other players. Yeah,
that is the confidence that comes with his game, and I think it is a quality that every beach soccer player needs to exhibit. You need to be very, very calm even when under pressure, and Nelson so far so good, has been playing like a top European and South American beach soccer player. I think I like that for him.
Morera off the field, the number 5 for Mozambique. Dino comes on and takes an unfamiliar position up front. And Nyamadi, the forward, is in a defensive position while the defender is in an attacking position for Mozambique. Either way, it's going to be Ghana's ball and a strike at goal from distance. Yeah,
it's good to have a player that understands position. You are a striker, but you find yourself in a defensive position. You make that count, and this is what Wise Nyamadi has done for his team. He has defended well, and in doing so, he has already gotten a free kick, and anything is possible from that free kick position. He can get a goal from that place, and getting this goal will be very, very vital for the Ghanaian side, and it makes them 2 goals up.
Well, Nyamadi with a chance to score his second. His strike partner Ajay been replaced by the Ghanaian skipper Osai, 30 years of age. And he may well follow this up if it gets spilled by Monstro. Nyamadi over it, bouncing it. And it doesn't do anything wicked off the sand, and comfortable for Monstro, who looks forward, playing it long, but he can't find Malate, the 28-year-old with Volcano FC. Osai now, a first touch for him. And just a push in the back. Well, no decision. I thought that could have been a foul.
No, that wasn't a foul. Osai lost the ball, and this is where Osai needs to work on in this game. He needs to try as much as possible to play as a team player, as a team captain that he is. He tries many times to want to flick the ball or do the acrobatic kick instead of passing the ball. So he needs to work on that part of his game, and I think if he can do that, he would be on par with players like Wise, Yamani and Alex.
Yeah, he's not been at his best, Osai for Ghana. We saw in the earlier game today, Tanzania and Malawi captains leading the way for their sides. Plenty of goals between them, but just for Osai, the one so far against Tanzania last time out. That's less than this man in Nyajojo, who's trying his luck from distance again. The Ghana number one. Yeah,
he did it yesterday. He did it on Tuesday against Tanzania. It worked well for him, so I think that gives him that confidence to want to do it more. It's a good one for him.
This is a skipper who leads the way. Smith back on the pitch. The Mozambican with the yellow armband. Osai holding on to it, trying to play it in and behind the Nelson for Awanisi, but asking a lot of Ghana's number two. Nelson just casually flicking it back. As ever with this Mozambique side, they don't show too much urgency when they fall behind. They don't panic. Dino up to Smith. And he has a chance and a shot on goal when he could have played it back to Dino, chose not to. Osai. Yamadi inside him. And he's caught behind by Nelson. Nelson puts his head on his hands. Osai holding his head in his hands, and Nelson cannot believe that that's been given as a free kick.
Yeah, it is a free kick against Nelson, but you would see that in beach soccer games, you distract a player from getting that acrobatic kick, it's automatically a free kick, and I think the referee got it right there.
Well, Nelson's last action for now. Figo comes on, the peroxide number 7 for the Mambas, who are appearing at their 6th tournament. The runners-up, as said, in 2021, hosts last time around when they finished 4th. They can't do better than that. And Osai, well, that was fairly tame to Monstro. Here is Figo. 2 goals so far at the tournament for him. Space for Des, who hit the bar in the opening minute. The closest Mozambique have come. Can Figo change that? Onto his left and clips the outside of the post. And it turns behind, and Ghana's narrow lead remains.
Yeah, that's a good chance for Figo. He scored a very, very crucial goal for them in the second match of the tournament, and I think he would want to continue from that.
Osai, number 8 for Ghana, Eugene Dekpe on the ball. He's come on. But Dino will have it, and he will play it into Monstro. And Smith is the obvious man to aim at. Instead, he's played it back to Dino, who we know can hit them, and he does hit them. And that's a really good defensive header from Awanisi.
Yeah, Awanisi and Tobo has gotten into the lineup, and they've been doing so well for them. Both of them didn't even start their first match of the tournament, and since they started getting their minutes, they've been instrumental. Both of them started the game against Tanzania, and you could see their combination. It's been working so well for the team.
Des with a very presentable opportunity for Mozambique, which he cannot take. The 34-year-old yet to score in this competition, just the one on home soil 2 years ago. He does have a World Cup goal to his name from 2021 when Mozambique got there, courtesy of reaching the final. A reminder, if you don't know, that whoever gets to the final of the beach soccer AFCON automatically qualifies for the Nations Cup. And also, if you're new to the sport, it's 3 periods of 12 minutes, and we're coming to the end of that first 12-minute section as Smith tries to bring his side back into it. Osai almost being held by Dino on the turn from Osai, tipped over by Monstro, and it's gone against Osai, the decision, and Mozambique will have the free kick. But that was much better, even though yes, he impeded, but that was much better.
Yeah, it is a better one, and occasions like that, it's about individual brilliance, just creates magic out of nowhere. I think that is what Osai has done. Unfortunately, the ball touched his hand first, and it's a free kick against him and against the Ghanaian. Right now, the Mozambican side, they've gotten a good free kick from a good position. They would be looking forward to equalizing before going into the break.
It's Malate who scored Mozambique's winning penalty against Mauritania in the shootout, who drives at goal. Straight at Unyajajo. And Unyajajo, with the 10 seconds or so that remain, will let fly again just over the crossbar from the 26-year-old Ghanaian keeper. Time running out for Mozambique to get that back in this before the buzzer sounds. And there it goes. And a very tight opening period between these sides ends with the goal between Wise and Nyamadi just 5 minutes in, the difference between them. Abu Aziz, the former Nigeria international, your thoughts on that opening period?
Yeah, the most important part is to always stay on top of the game whenever you are playing. This is what Wise Nyamadi has done for the Ghanaian side. It's a good one, and so far so good. They are winning, and they have just more 2 quarters to play in the game, and they just need to try as much as possible not to concede a goal. And if they don't have a way to score a goal, they should just make sure they don't concede. The most important thing is for them to just win this game and make sure they go back to Ghana with at least 2 wins in 4 games.
Indeed. The thoughts of Abu Aziz, veteran of 5 beach soccer Nations Cups. He scored in the 2 finals, top scorer in a different tournament. It's the we see the first half highlights. Smith forcing a so much goal mouth action. He strikes in that opening period. And that was equally close for Mozambique, who hit the woodwork twice. And then this, well, there was a foul, but it was a nice swivel and turn from Ghanaian captain Richard Osai, which means at the end of the first period, it is Mozambique 0, Ghana 1.
Yeah, we have not seen lots of Dino. He scored a very, very crucial goal for them in their second match. And I think their last game against Senegal already dampened their spirits because they actually thought they would qualify into the semi-final. They just need to try as much as possible to sack themselves and make sure they get back into the game. And we all know the Mozambican side, they are this team that they don't give up. They try as much as possible to continue fighting to the end of the game. So right now they're already going down, they are losing, but we have players like Smith, we have Nelson, we have Figo that could get them the goal. So they still have 2 rounds in this game, and they just need to try as much as possible to bounce back earlier and try not to let the Ghanaians get another goal to make the goals 2 goals deficit.
Well, one thing we were saying about Mozambique in their first 2 games was they simply did not know when they were beaten.
Exactly, they always come back and they don't just lose concentration, they don't lose focus, they continue fighting.
They do indeed, as the players come back out for the second and middle period of the 3. It'll be Ghana who will kick us off. Their 3rd appearance at this tournament. Their debut was in 2015, Ghana, and they reappeared in 2016, and then they had not been seen at this tournament since. And last time around against Tanzania, Ghana won their first match at the tournament since beating Senegal, of all people, the record African champions, in 2015, when a certain Alexander Adjei scored a hat-trick just as he did, and the Black Sharks win against Tanzania on Tuesday. They've got a corner early in the period. It's played in and it's turned behind really well by Monstro. And there'll be another corner as the Ghanaian bench look on. Adjei on the volley.
Yeah, I think the Ghanaians has already worked so hard in their set piece play, and we can understand and see that this same set piece they are trying to score right now is one of the goals that Alex Adjei scored in their second game, and we can see Wise Nyamadi trying to score that same goal. So I think the Ghanaian technical crew has been doing so well for the team since their last 2 defeats in the tournament.
Well, Wise Nyamadi over eager with his challenge on Des, and the Mozambican number 13 will have a strike from distance. possibly not the man they want to be taking it, but will he prove me wrong, the 34-year-old? Still seeking his first goal of the tournament. Figo and Smith, the forwards for Mozambique at present. And Des, well, some players just choose to play it forward, and he's chosen to play it to Monstro, not fancying his chances from distance. So he didn't prove me wrong, as Smith just almost profited from a under-hit back pass from Ruben Samabia, suspended earlier in the tournament, got the corner Mozambique. And Smith is one man who just keeps going and going and going. A really good presence up top for the Mambas. And here he is, the skipper, back into Figo. And Figo didn't really catch that, and it stays.
Yeah, the Ghanaian number 5 jersey, Samabia, comes back in, and he happens to be the player that got red carded against Egypt. He needs to be very, very careful playing against Smith, the Mozambique captain, because Smith happened to be one intelligent player that knows how to deceive players, faking a shot before getting his goals. We saw one of those goals in their first match, and this is one quality that Smith has. So Samabia needs to be very, very careful in his tackle and approach to tackles.
There was 2 yellows he got, as we see Dino's fine effort tipped around the post in equally fine style by Onyajajo in the Ghanaian goal. Figo on the half volley, straight into Precious Torbo, the number 3 for Ghana, 24 years of age. And Figo again can't get it past Torbo. Dino forward up to Smith, into Figo, and he cannons into Nyamadi. Des now, Figo again, the number 7 for Mozambique, trying to find Smith in the middle, and a crucial intervention by Torbo.
Yeah, Torbo has been one of their best players since their last match. He has been instrumental in how they play, and I think he is a very, very good defender, a player the team can build on in consequent tournaments. He has been one player they can count on. I think I like how he defends.
Plays for Havedzi, Mighty Warriors back home. That's a good block from Onyajajo. Figo can't find his way past him. Ajay just a little bit too far in front of him, and Monstro now plays it back out to Figo on this left-hand side. Over to Des. Des up towards Smith. Inching forward Mozambique here, and then blazed over by Des, who's not the man, I keep on saying, to find the goals for Mozambique.
Yeah, so far so good. Mozambique are trying to get back into the game because they know how important it is for them to get that equalizer, because in this game we still haven't gotten to see lots of Alex in the game, and we know him that when he starts scoring he doesn't stop. So Mozambique need to try as much as possible to get back into the game at the moment, and that goal, it would be very, very vital for them.
Alexander Ajay scored goals for fun in the 2015 Beach Soccer AFCON. 8 goals already so far here. 4 against Tanzania, 3 against Egypt, and 1 against Morocco. So 2 hat-tricks, but yet to have a real sniff in this game, as Torbo once again turns it behind for a Mozambican corner.
A defender they could rely on. They've been relying on him, and he played the first 12 minutes of the game, and he's already on the pitch doing the same thing. He's a monster in that defense line. He's been doing so well for the Ghanaian side.
Malate, heavy touch from the Mozambican. Nyamadi doing his defensive work well. And Onyajajo up towards Ajay. Twisting, turning, looking to see what support he has. Ajay, not too much. Oh, how did he get that in? Well, let's not worry. Well, let's not wonder. It was a bit of brilliance from Alexander Ajay, from a really tough 30-year-old for the Black Sharks. Has got his 9th of the tournament.
Yeah, this is a player you can always count on. He has shown that he is one of the best players. All counting, we still have at least 20 minutes for him to play to be able to get more goals. He did that in 2015 in Seychelles Island, where he got 17 goals, and he has already been doing that. He came into this tournament with not being completely fit, and so far so good. In just 4 matches, he's been able to get 9 goals. So good for him, and so good for the Ghanaian beach soccer team.
Absolutely. Alexander Ajay doubling Ghana's leader. Well, that's struck well, but just a yard or so wide of Onyajajo's left-hand post. There are 2 balls on the pitch. But play goes on. Samabia with Keta Sunset Sports playing it into Onyajajo, putting it into the mix of the danger zone, and then on the follow-up, just thumping it high out into the sky and into the hotel where the players are staying.
Yeah, this is where I need the Ghanaians to show more experience, to show more exposure, because they are leading 2 goals right now. This is where they need to be more calm, to be more composed, and this is where the experience of Nyajojo needs to come in. He need not to kick the ball all in the name of kicking the ball. He needs to be a little bit more calm, to be able to buy time, to be able to manage the time well.
Ajay on the turn again, the danger man for Ghana. Dino equal to it. That's a good clash between 2 good players. Here's Malate for Mozambique into Nelson. We've yet to see the best of Mozambique's number 6 in this game. Tries to get it past Samabio, and well, that's a pretty unorthodox clearance.
Yeah, that wasn't even necessary. He needed not to just kick the ball. He had the advantage of keeping the ball or passing the ball to his player out there.
Monstro. Nelson. No, he didn't quite get the chest right. Dino back to Nelson. And just shepherded out of play by Torbo, who was Abu Aziz, the former Nigerian international, says very impressive in this tournament. Nyamadi linking up well, not for the first time in this tournament with Ajay, but they can't hold on to it, the Black Sharks. Novella back on the pitch. And Torbo gets a block in, it falls to Malate, blocked again by the Ghanaians. Malate still hustling. Novella to Nelson. And Nyamadi. It's well played from him, and then he goes down on the ground, no decision. Oh, he could have struck a goal. Nelson, he didn't. Malate just bounced up really unfortunately for him, so he couldn't get the shot away, and the chance goes again for Mozambique. Malate didn't get it right for the attempted overhead, and Samabia just muscles him up.
Yeah, that's a very, very good defensive effort from Samabia. He has done well, and I think that opportunity alone might have resulted to a goal for the Mozambican side, but he has done well as a defender to wipe that away.
So changes coming from Mozambique. Smith taking his bib off on the touchline to skip up. Ajay just can't get the header right, just needed a glance, far too much on it.
Ajay is a point man. You would always find him in positions like that. That is why the Ghanaian side needs to do everything possible to just get the ball up front there for him.
No, that was a handball, I thought, from Smith. Well, it certainly touched his hand, but it was an initial foul from Torbo for the refereeing.
That was a foul. That was a foul. And you know, as a defender, when you play against a powerful striker like Smith, you also need to be very, very physical. And I think it's a good call from the referee.
Well, we know he has the power. We know he has the ability. Smith. We know he's got the composure. Being a standout player for Mozambique, ranked 4th on the continent against the 16th best side in Africa, according to the rankings of beach soccer. Yet to get off the mark, Mozambique in the second half of the game. Striker goal and off target from Smith, and he just looks frustrated, as biting his teeth, and he knows that he needs to be hitting the target from there.
Yeah, he needs to score that goal, because that goal would have given them an opportunity to get back into the game, and I expect a player like Smith to have at least gotten that goal. But just like we know, in their first game and second game, they do come back into games, and today might not be different. We just need him to just be a little bit more calm.
Osai could have done with doing a bit more calm there after being fouled by Alfred Torsu, who hit the crossbar just a moment or so ago. Tivane is on in goal for Mozambique, and Osai is playing it back to Nyajojo, with Torsu streaming forward. The 26-year-old with Cheetah Beach Soccer Club, and here's Samabia. He's in the space here. Ghana's number 6, Torsu, can strike a goal and does so. Osai a whisker away from getting a proper contact on that.
Yeah,
give Ghana a 3-goal advantage.
Yeah, a very, very good one for Osai. He read where the ball would have ended, and he made a chance to at least come back.
Novella there, just an easy pass into Nelson, and instead he played him towards the end touchline and get that pass right. And Mozambique could have got on the score sheet, but as it is, we're getting towards the end of the second period and they've yet to do so. That's rare at this tournament.
Yeah, I think they lost against Senegal, really weakened that team, but they need to understand that that game is well done and dusted. They just need to get back their rhythm, get into the game more, because losing today again against Ghana would be disappointing for them, because for a team that won their first 2 games of the tournament, you would have expected them to at least get into the final.
Smith finally gets Mozambique on the score sheet. Well, we said he was the man most likely. He's an opportunist. He doesn't need too much to find the back of the net. And Smith
to have overlapped to that extent and trying to get an assist. It's a very, very good one for the Mozambicans, and just like we know, in their first game and second game, they always come back, and this might spark the beginning of their comeback to the game.
It might indeed. The first, in a blink of an eye, restore their 2 goal cushion. Stunning stuff.
This is a massive goal for him, and this goal which should want to do more. I think it's a good one for him, because this particular goal is a very, very vital one, because if he hadn't scored the goal, that would have given the Mozambican team morale to be able to come back into the game and equalize.
Instant riposte from Ghana after the lead was narrowed to just 1, and that was a sweet strike from Osai, and we'll have to wait and see what that does for his confidence levels, but that was stunningly struck.
Exactly, very, very good.
In that middle area of the field. Well, that will dent Mozambique just as they were beginning to believe. What can Nelson do? Apart from the extravagant back heel that's not found its way through. Nice play from Osai, finding Torsu, but Dino, not for the first time, doing what he needs to do as a defensive player. Good player, Dino, who wears number 3, the 28-year-old. Osai again, in he goes, and he can't make it 4, off target. Looks at the heavens in frustration, but that was a really good opportunity.
I think that's a very, very good pass from Kwame Tosu, the jersey number 6 man of the Ghana, because the third goal the Ghanaian scored, he got the assist for Osai, and he almost got another assist. It's a very, very good one for a player that's deputized for Yamadi and Alex Ajay. It's a good one for him, and one thing about beach soccer is if you can't get the goals, try as much as possible to get the assist. So far so good. He has done well for himself and the Ghanaian team.
He has indeed, but he's just going to have to come off the field here. Torsu after that knock. That's a tap on the shoulder from Ajay, the danger man for the Black Sharks. And number 11 has real bite for them as Des deflected wide. Corner for the Mambas. Nelson looking for Smith, and almost Smith finding number 2 for Mozambique. They had just clawed their way back in it, and then instantly hopes punctured by that lovely strike from Osai. 90 seconds or so to go in this second period. Can Mozambique find a way back in? Figo only scored once from open play in this tournament. His other a free kick. Lacks the physical presence of a man like this. Ajay Dino, really good battle, that one.
A very, very good battle, and I think I like it because Dino understands the kind of player that Ajay is. He needs to be very, very strong as well in defending. It's a good one to see.
Dino trying to tee it up on the volley for Nelson. And Nelson just happily plays it back to Monstro. Well, I say they're calm when they're trailing, but at some point they're going to have to get a shift on Mozambique. They will, of course, in all likelihood, be the third and final period, which will be coming up. They've got over 30 seconds to try and find their second of the game, but so far Ghana have been doing really well defensively. Ajay, we know what he can do offensively. Nyamadi back into Ajay. Figo, 20 seconds to go. Striker goal from Figo, but he's just not the cleanest striker. His accuracy isn't always there, and he just lacks the power to.
Yeah, he is a very, very good player, but one thing about beach soccer and beach soccer goals is whenever you are in that final third, you need to be more calm, you need to be more composed, because the sandy pitch would always deflect your ball, so you need to be more confident whenever you're making those kicks. Talking about defensive side of the Ghanaian side, they've tried as much as possible to structure their play in defense defending as a unit, and this has really helped them. And a player like Wise Yamadi, he has been doing so well defensively, and it's a good one for them as a team. I think the technical crew, they've been doing so well defensively and offensively since they lost their last 2 matches.
Well, they're doing what they need to do at the back, Ghana having conceded once, and they're doing what they need to do up top as well. And Yamadi, Ajay and Osei with the goals. As we see the highlights, that was Dino's effort that was turned around for a corner, then Ajay. Great scenes and celebrations by the Red Sea Shore as well. And it has been a wonderful setting for this tournament. But Mozambique currently a big mountain to climb in the third and final period.
Yeah, Mozambique just needs to understand that they need to come back into the game. They have just more 12 minutes to go, and that 12 minutes is a very crucial one, playing against Ghana that is leading by 3 goals. Ghana would want to do everything possible to either increase the tally or just to keep it at that way. So right now the Mozambicans, players like Smith and players like Figo,
going backwards. Ghana meanwhile, well, they first appeared in this tournament when it wasn't the Beach Soccer Nations Cup in 2013, when it was the CAF Beach Soccer Championship. So they've been absent for a long time. 8 years is a really big gap. But they are on course for their best ever finish at the tournament, improving on the 7th place from 2015 and 2016 if they can hold on to their lead. And with Ajay in the side and Yamadi, who's really impressed, anything can happen. However, Mozambique, the Mambas, got some bite themselves to come back into this game. Well, Nelson is off, Smith is off, and often a little bit lightweight up top and struggle for goals. Mozambique without their burly skipper on the pitch. The only Southern African side from the Kansafa region to ever get on the podium at a beach soccer AFCON, Mozambique. But it's not going their way so far. Nyamadi under pressure from 2 players, still comes forward. Nyamadi does really well to get a shot away. And Tivane, the 28-year-old who plays for Clube Ferroviario de Maputo in the Mozambican capital, will have an opportunity again to see if his side can get back into this game. A reminder that after this we have the 2 semi-finals. Egypt, the host nation, against Senegal, the defending champions. Mauritania, the tournament debutants, against a Moroccan side that has failed time and again to get past the semi-final stage and into the final. And earlier today, in case you joined us late, Malawi won their first ever match at the Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations and beating Tanzania as Novella comes in. The number 9 for Mozambique, still on it, Des. And Des just happy to go back to goal. Some remonstrations from the bench about getting it forward. And Tivane, well, he will drive this forward. Figo was just trying to ghost in on the blind side of Joseph Awanisi, but the Ghanaian comes forward. There's a man at the back post if he can find him in Ajay, but he can't do. Novella, Figo ahead of him. Novella on his left, out of the stadium, and that just about sums up his shooting at this tournament.
Yeah, Novella needs to add more to his game because at this period we need him to step up. And if you look at the Ghanaian side, Awunisi and Togo has played every minute of this game, and fatigue will surely start coming in right now. This is when Mozambique needs to attack more, and that might give them a go. And so far so good. We've already gotten one free kick that might bring them back into the game. This is the quality that we need from the Mozambique bench for them to be able to throw in more attack. This is when a player like Smith needs to get back into the pitch, because we have just 10 minutes to go in this game, and they need to get at least one more goal as soon as possible.
Well, it is the Mozambican number 9, Novella, with a chance to belatedly write his own chapter in this beach soccer AFCON. He's surely not going to get a better opportunity than this to score his first goal at the tournament, and crucially reduce the arrears to just 1, and he does. Novella finally finds the back of the net for Mozambique at this tournament. And Ghana's lead is reduced to 1. And we've got just over 10 minutes. And last time this happened, Ghana scored instantly from the kickoff. And Mozambicans will be hoping that does not happen.
Did not set your wall well, or maybe the wall got broken in the case of that free kick. So it needs to be organized more so that they don't concede another goal.
Ajay. Into the back of the net. They've done it again, Ghana. Lightning has struck twice. And Ajay has his second of the game. And whatever they try and do, Mozambique, they just cannot stop Ghana from scoring. 2 goals they've scored, Mozambique, and each time Ghana has.
When you play a beach soccer game, especially when you score your goals, you need to understand that the opponent would want to score immediately. And talking about the well-taken goal from the Ghanaian, you would give credits to the coaches, because in goals like this, they must have studied it in training so well for them to have been able to execute those goals that way. So far so good. Ajay has been able to get 10 goals in 4 matches, and I think it's a massive one for him. At the end of the tournament, he might go away with the highest goal scorer award, and it would be a good one for a player that didn't even get to the final of the tournament.
Indeed it would be. Ajay on 10 goals now, out on his own comfortably, so 2 ahead of Sandram Usi of Malawi, Jaruf of Tanzania with 7, and there are other players with goals who are yet to play today. But the goals for Ghana, and that bounces up kindly for Tivane, and into the middle it goes to Novella, and Novella adjudged to have impeded, and Ghana will have another free kick that Nyamadi will take a long way out. These pitches around 36. Is he going to try and beat Tivane from here? Or will he try and feather it forward to Ajay? He strikes a goal, and it just flies over, soaring all the way. Not the worst strike in the world, though.
Yeah, not worst. It's just a little bit too high. I think Wise Yamadi happened to be one to watch out for in the next AFCON. He has been extremely well.
Nelson with the overhead, deflected behind for a corner. Every time Mozambique tried to get back into the game, Ghana responded dream style for their delegation, as Ajay just in too forcefully on Des, and Des will have the chance to score. And as said before, he's not really got his shooting boots, or more accurately feet, on in this tournament, but this is pretty central, and we'll really see now what he's got.
Yeah, in positions like this, you don't even have, you don't even need that force. You just need that technique to be able to shoot it across the sand, and that is the best way to play free kicks like this. You just need that technique, that tactics to be able to get your position, to get your aim, and you should be able to get that goal. At the moment, the Ghanaians need to be more careful, because conceding free kicks like this can give the Mozambican team more strength and energy to get back into the game.
One goal. We wait as offside comes on, changes are plenty. 1 goal for Des at the 2021 World Cup. 1 goal for him on home soil at the 2022 Nations Cup. And no goals still at the 2024 Beach Soccer AFCON. But well struck on that occasion from Des, but Nyajajo equal to it. He's done really well at this tournament, the Ghanaian goalkeeper. But he's caught, I thought he had caught the Mozambican, and so did the bench in front of us, who have stood up to complain. Instead, that decision has gone Ghana's way.
Yeah, Nyajajo happened to be a goalkeeper that has been doing so well for himself, and especially from the game against Tanzania, he has been exceptional. For him to have gotten the man of the match in that game, and doing so well. so far so good. He has been in goal from the beginning of this match, and the coaches have still kept confidence in him to continue. So he has been a very good goalkeeper in this game, and he just needs to keep his head up high so as not to concede free kicks, because in some cases the referee might have awarded that free kick to the Mozambican side. At the moment, the Ghanaian technical crew needs to do more to tell their player to be more composed, more calm, not to concede free kicks more again in crucial areas.
Well, Smith is down on the ground, possibly trying to make the point that he feels that he was fouled by Onyajajo and not the other way round. As the holiday makers look on in the Egyptian sun by the banks of the Red Sea here in Hurghada. And it looks like Smith is going to be leaving on a stretcher. It's hotter now than it was at midday, which doesn't always happen. And Smith in a bit of discomfort seemingly.
Yeah, this might not be as a result of this particular contact with the goalkeeper now. This would be as a result of accumulated injuries that he has had throughout the tournament. So it happens in beach soccer, because playing 4 games in 5 days isn't easy at all. But this is beach soccer. You just have to cope with the players and situation you find yourself.
It does indeed. And there's a hold up in play here. Eder, as the ball just spills up high and over them. Lovely shots here in Hurghada. Very nice relaxed feel of this beach soccer AFCON. Although Smith probably isn't feeling that right now. He looks a little bit more comfortable. Thankfully, we have seen players at this tournament go off before on a stretcher and then reappear remarkably for the later stages of a game. 36 years of age, Smith. Goals against Malawi, Mozambique. Sorry, not Mozambique, he plays for Mozambique. Goals against Malawi, Mauritania and Senegal. And Onyajajo. Well, his goals the other day came from volleys, not from free kicks, but he will try his luck from here. Ghana's coach Daniel Kote saying before the tournament that goalkeeping had been a concern in the past for the Black Sharks, but describing this man, Onyajajo, as exceptional and one who can score, and we've certainly seen that already from the 26-year-old. Trying to make it 5 for Ghana, but well wide of the goal.
Yeah, in positions like that, you need to be accurately sound, you need to be technically sound to be able to get your goals from there. And sometimes it is not about the force you put into that ball, but it's about your accuracy and your technique to get it.
Well, Dino has taken the skipper's armband off Smith, which I think gives us an indication that the injury
starts counting. Immediately he held the ball, so he needed to throw the ball away just to avoid the free kick against his team.
Yeah, but you cannot hold on to the ball in your own penalty area for more than 4 seconds. Would you like to expand on that, Abu Aziz?
No, I think that is the rules of beach soccer. As a goalkeeper, especially in your own territory, you just need to just release the ball ahead and immediately.
Oh, Des. Well, I had to go at him about his shooting, but he's been really unlucky twice now. The 2 efforts that he has struck well have both cannoned down, not just off the crossbar, but pretty much near the line that would have taken over. Unlucky again, as that's a lovely effort from Onyajajo, showing his qualities as well. Tivane tipping it behind. Good action. Yeah, that's a massive shot from Des. He just needs to continue that way. We still have 7 minutes to play in this game, and this is what he needs to continue doing because his team needs a goal, and that goal is being needed very, very urgent. Sometimes when your star player Smith is already injured and Nelson isn't getting the goals, every other player in the team needs to stand up and stand upright to be able to get things done for themselves. Well, without Smith, the 6-goal top scorer, Mozambique's goals have come from Figo, Nelson, Dino and Novella, as Tivane tries to join that list. Fails to do so. Onyajajo plays it out to Torbo. As we keep on saying, he's had a really good tournament for Ghana. Precious Torbo. And that's just rolled straight into the goal. It won't count. Needs contact before on the goalkeeping throw. Dino. Well, now there's a little bit more urgency from Mozambique. Dino just can't control that from Tivane.
Yeah, it's been an amazing game so far for the jersey number 2 for Ghana. Awunisi and the jersey number 3, Togbo Precious. They've been amazing. They've gotten every minute of this particular game, and it isn't one easy task for you to get every minute of a beach soccer game, because as a beach soccer player, in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you're already tired. But so far, so good. They've gotten up to 30 minutes already, and I think that is an amazing experience for them. That is an amazing feat for them. They just need to try as much as possible to keep it going, not to concede any goal at this moment.
Especially at the end of a campaign, but I guess they don't need to keep any more energy in the bank. As Nelson draws the save from Unyajajo, offside on the pitch again. Stunning goal in the second period, of course. Driving run this from Nelson. Is he going to let fly? No, he's not. He's going to play it around the corner to Novella. And he does well to just get that ahead of Torbo. Des. Forced back and then asks Dino to cover as he goes forward. Dino looking for Novella, just needs the touch, and he gets the touch, gets the glance, and it's Mozambique 3, Ghana 4, and they really needed a goal, the Mambas, and they've got one at a crucial time, just over 5 minutes left. Well, that launched these qualities we need in a team, and for Dino to have gotten that pass to Novella to get that goal, it is very, very crucial at this minute to have gotten that. It's a good one for them. That might spark the beginning of their comeback. We still have more 5 minutes to play, and that 5 minutes happen to be a very, very important 5 minutes right now. Now they just need to stop conceding from the goal, which they have managed to do for the first time in the game, Mozambique. Well, he hadn't scored in any of the preceding 11 periods for Novella, and now he's got 2 in their 12th and final period, unless of course this game is going to go into extra time. Here he is, Novella, now on a hat-trick. Offside from distance. Did he spot Tivane off his line? Either way, the Mozambican stopper equal to it. It's a 1-goal game. We said before, this side don't know when they're beaten. Novella into Nelson. Oh! Well, a player of his calibre, you would think he would hit the target from there. Lovely layoff from Novella, who's having an increasing influence in the game, and Nelson just couldn't hit the target.
Yeah, Novella has been standing up because with the absence of Smith Rowe, we need someone to stand up for your team, and this is what number 9 needs to do, and that is what he has been doing. One thing the Ghanaian need to do at the moment is try as much as possible to defend this, because at the moment some of their players are already getting tired, and it's a big problem. Like I said earlier, a player like Togbo has gotten every minute of the game, and is still on the pitch, so tiredness would surely come in. They just need to work on managing this game, and that would have been a good one for them. And for the Mozambican side, they always don't give up. They try as much as possible to always come back into the game, and this is what they have been doing. They still have more 3 minutes to play to be able to come back into the game.
Dino from distance, not going to trouble anybody. Offside. Off the pitch, Nyamadi back on it. Awanisi has departed. Ruben Samaria is on for Ghana. Just over 3 minutes left for Ghana in this 5th place playoff, the semi-finals to come. Striker goal saved, and twice by Tivane. First from Torbo and then from Nyamadi. Des for Mozambique. 3 minutes to go for the 2021 runners-up to try and take this game into extra time at least. Tivane straight at Unyajajo. No thoughts of slowing the game down here from Ghana. Torbo. Precious by name. Can he find a precious goal for them? No, he can't. Figo now on the field, and he just can't get past Samabia. Samabia touches that out, and it's Mozambican ball.
Yeah, in beach soccer games, experience would always count. Where experience counts is when you are leading with 2 goals up. You need to try as much as possible not to rush the ball, and not rushing the ball means keeping the ball to your advantage. And this is what the Ghanaians, they haven't been doing, and it's been affecting them so far. They just need to try as much as possible to keep the ball more. That would have helped them into the game.
Nyamadi going through, clattered by Tivani. No foul. Half-hearted appeals from the Black Sharks players. Des cuts out the throw from Nyajajo, intended for Ajay. Nelson back looking, but losing possession. Ajay, can he seal it here for Ghana? He can't, because Dino read it. And I really enjoyed that tussle. And they've got a little respectful slap of hands, both Dino and Ajay. It's a very, very even tussle between those two, which tells you just how good a player Dino is, as Figo tries to volley straight into Torbo. 90 seconds to go. Here is Ajay with the header, and he can't keep it down, and he can't put it under the bar. Well, that would have been a 2-goal lead if he had got that in. Nelson tries to strike, cannons off Des, his own player. Here is Des, hit the bar twice. Des back to Nelson. Just over a minute to go as Nelson tries something spectacular, and he draws an equally fine save out of Nyajajo. Well, that was brilliant.
That's a massive attempt from Nelson. He happens to be a very, very intelligent player. He creates magic out of nowhere. That would have been an exceptional goal for him and for his team. That would have sparked that comeback, and unfortunately, he had Jojo to contend with in that in that attempt. So it's a good one for Nelson to have been able to create that magic. Unfortunately, he couldn't score.
He couldn't score, neither could Nyamadi with a decent opportunity. Panic from Mozambique. Out comes the goalkeeper, Tivane. Nelson again, lashed and thrashed wide. Under 30 seconds to go. Nyajajo with it for Ghana. Samabia can't keep it in. Could that be crucial for the Black Sharks? They've got just over 14 seconds to hold on as Nelson lets fly in. It's a decision, and it's gone Ghana's way, and that surely could be that for Mozambique. It is a yellow card for Tivani for the tackle and challenge on Ajay, and Ajay will have the opportunity to strike from what is pretty much a penalty area placement on the field. And the most important thing is probably not that this goes in, even though that would be a huge boost to Ghana, but it's at this end of the field with just under 12 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, in as much as you're trying to get a goal, you still need to be very, very careful. I think that was the mistake that's the Mozambican team just committed right now, and it's been given a free kick against them to the Ghanaian team, and it's an opportunity for a player like Alex Ajay to increase his tally. He's already on 10 goals. He needs one more goal to be able to get to 11 goals to increase his chances of getting the highest goal scorer award.
He got a hat-trick against Egypt, and he got a hat-trick, 4 in total against Tanzania. He's on a hat-trick now, and he seals it. Top corner stuff as we've come to expect from this magical Ghanaians of Hurghada, and that was expertly finished. And Ghana are taking and on their way to finishing 5th of the 2024 Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations.
I think they've done well for themselves, and for a player like Alex Ajay getting 11 goals in 4 appearances, I think this is a good one for him. His name would continue ringing in the bells of the African beach soccer industry. He has been an amazing player. In 2015 he scored 17 goals, and right now he's already getting double figures again, so it's good for him. Congratulations to Ghana.
Congratulations Alexander Ajay. Congratulations to Ghana. Mozambican heads are down, but Ghana's Black Sharks have sealed their best ever performance at a beach soccer AFCON. They have taken 5th place by beating Mozambique by 5 goals to 3. A hat-trick, his 3rd of the tournament in just 4 games for Alexander Ajay. Unsurprisingly named man of the match, helped by goals from Wise, Nyamadi and the skipper Richard Osai as well. Means that Ghana, after a pretty poor start, have recovered fairly well and end on a high.
Yeah, it's always good for you to bounce back after losing first 2 matches. You sit down and organize and tell yourself how you need to psych yourself and come back into the tournament. So far so good. I think the Ghanaians, they haven't been disappointed. They've got a good tournament so far, because for a team that has been out of the AFCON since 2016, coming back again to this tournament, they've already done well for themselves, and this would send a message back home to Ghana for them to be able to get a better preparations ahead of next tournament.
And perhaps better investment too, as we see the games coming up. That's Egypt, Senegal, Mauritania against Morocco, the two semi-finals to come. It's the host nation against the defending champions coming up. That match kicking off in just under half an hour. And just as the Mozambican players gather themselves. So the highlights